Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Jewish Community Relations Council of New York Hammantaschen tasting, accomplished by members of the New York State Assembly from the downstate 8 counties, from Suffolk County, Nassau County, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, Staten Island, and Westchester. I'm Michael Miller. I'm the Executive Vice President and CEO of the Jewish Community Relations Council. Somewhere in the mix of our wonderful viewers is the president of the organization, Cheryl Fishbein. So a welcome from Cheryl as well. And we are thrilled, absolutely thrilled to be joined by at this point in time, 7 members of the New York State Assembly, hopefully joined by the 8th as well. And I'm going to be introducing them alphabetically by their last name. The hyphenated name be the first name. So from Brooklyn, hyphenated name, we have the Honorable Radniz Bishat Hermelin. From Nassau County, representing Nassau County, we have the Honorable Taylor Darling. Representing Staten Island, the Honorable Charles Fall. There he is. Representing Suffolk, the Honorable Kimberly Jean-Pierre and son. From the Bronx, we have the Honorable Victor Pichardo. Hey, Victor. From Queens, a new member of the Assembly, the Honorable Jennifer Rajkumar. Hey. And from Westchester, not yet on video, but they're in Hollywood Squares, he's there. And also a new member of the New York State Assembly, Nader Sayed. Welcome, Nader.
Welcome, pleasure.
Hey, oh, great to hear you. And we have been joined, so we have the full house here. We've been joined from Manhattan with the bow tie, the Honorable Al Taylor. Perfect timing, Al. I want to begin by thanking our partners, and you can see their logos. Hi, you can see their logos over here, and they are our JCRC Long Island partners, led by Mindy Perlmutter. And out in Westchester, our partner, the Westchester Jewish Council, led by Elliot Forsheimer. So thank you this evening, most importantly, to our sponsor. This event's sponsor is the Metropolitan Commercial Bank, and you see their logo as well. And their CEO, Mark DeFazio. Thank you so much to Metropolitan Commercial Bank and to Mr. DeFazio, to Mark. Okay, so we're going to have a really, really fun evening. And those of us who actually are live involved are actually getting a chance to eat. And I'm sure we're going to make a lot of people jealous, but we're going to have a fun time doing it. But we also have, as has been advertised, a trivia contest. So we're going to start by explaining how this trivia contest is going to work. And we're going to then begin with the first question before we get a chance to start digging into our Hammantaschen. So let me explain how this is going to work. We're going to launch a Zoom poll. I will read the question and the answers. There'll be 4, one question, I have 5 answers, multiple choice. We'll give the audience members about 20 to 30 seconds to answer online. You will see on the screen, you will see the question and you'll be able to click on to an answer. Again, I'll give you 20 to 30 seconds to do that. I'll then ask each of the members of the assembly has either a piece of paper or a card that has A, B, C, D, and there'll be one question with an E. So you'll see the answers. And when I give the prompt, after we give the audience 20 to 30 seconds, please hold up your card and we'll have a brief discussion about which members are correct and which members are not correct. And then we're going to display the results of the audience voting. So there'll be audience participation as well. Okay, so drum roll. We don't have a drum, but there we go. Virtual drum roll. Everything is virtual nowadays. So this is the question, And here it is. Question number one, Purim question number one. Which of the following best describes the holiday, the festival of Purim? A, they tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat. B, Jewish Halloween. C, Hammantaschen with a Manischewitz chaser. D, who's drinking shots? Okay, so we now know what the question is, the four answers, and we're asking our audience to please answer the question, and we'll sing the Jeopardy song. Da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum bum 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 bum. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to ask the assembly members to please raise their cards, and we'll see who's got it right. I think Aldo holding up an A with his fingers. Kim, I can't read what you got there. B, A, A. So we have two B's and 6 A's. 2 B's and 6 A's. Okay, Dory, let's go see how, yeah, look at that. 73% went with A, 25, very, very similar to our vote, went with B, and we even had one vote for C, Hammantaschen with a Manischewitz chaser. Okay, so the answer is A. The answer is A. So let me just, all right, let me just give you a little background on the festival of Purim. The festival of Purim is based on the book of Esther, which is found in the Bible, found in the Old Testament, as the Christians would refer to it. It's a story from Persia in the 4th century BCE, 4th century. And the king in Persia was King Ahasuerus, in English, Ahasuerus, who might have been actually King Xerxes. And he was celebrating the years that he had been serving in his job as king. And he wanted the queen to come out and join him, and she was reluctant to do that. So he executed her. So he needed a new queen. So there's a big beauty contest. And there was a beautiful Jewish young lady by the name of Esther, although her original name was Hadassah, of a beautiful woman by the name of Esther, and she was chosen to be the queen. But while that was happening, her cousin Mordecai, her older cousin Mordecai, uncovers a plot to kill the king, and he reports it. While that was happening as well, the king promotes a man by the name of Haman, in English, in Hebrew, Haman. Haman, very important to know that name, making him more powerful than all the other officials. Essentially, he was promoted to be the prime minister. But in order for him to operate, he required everyone to bow before him. And Mordecai refused to bow before him. According to our tradition, Haman hang an idol from his neck, and that's the reason why Mordecai refused to bow to him. So Haman decides that he is going, because the cousin Mordecai was very well known as a leader of the Jewish people, that Haman was going to destroy all of the Jews after his run-in with Mordecai. Mordecai appeals to Esther to save her people. She approaches the king and invites him and Haman to a banquet. Mordecai is then honored for saving the king's life from the beginning of the story. Esther entertains the king and Haman and invites them to a second banquet. At the second banquet, Esther pleads for her people, the Jewish people. At the second banquet, always around food, and she accuses Haman, of wanting to kill all the Jews. The king grants Esther's request, condemns Haman to die, and the Jews then defend themselves throughout Persia, and again, they tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat. So the holiday of Purim was then established. It's the most joyous holiday during the course of the year for us, which is why those questions about, or those answers about Manischewitz, about hitting shots. That's one of the reasons why it's also, we also get dressed up, and we'll talk about that in the questions as well. We get dressed up, put on costumes. Again, it's a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Okay, and we eat a triangular pastry. Somebody told, was it Taylor? Somebody likes pastries, called Hammantaschen. Hammantaschen. Purim question number 2. Why are all Hammantaschen triangular? Why are all Hammantaschen triangular? A, because Hanukkah donuts already claimed the circle. B, Haman wore a 3-cornered hat. C, the Jews fasted for 3 days, so we eat 3-cornered foods. D, to make them easier to throw at Haman. Okay, there are 4 choices. We're going to give the audience a chance. Keep them up for another minute, Dory. Keep the questions up and answers. We're going to give the audience a chance to answer the questions. Can we see the questions again? Maybe not. Okay, I'm going to read them. Again, why are all Hammantaschen triangular? A, Hanukkah donuts already claimed the circle. B, Haman wore a 3-cornered hat. C, the Jews fasted for 3 days, so we eat 3-cornered foods. And D, to make them easier to throw at Haman. Okay. I'm going to ask Dory to please put the answers up on the screen. No, I have to ask I'm sorry, don't do that yet. We have to ask the assembly members to vote. Okay, so let's ask the assembly members to vote. Again, A, B, C, or D, please hold up your thing. I'll start with Jennifer. I see your upper left, that's a B. Victor is a C. And then Taylor is a B. Rodney's is a upside down B. Kimberly is a B. Taylor L is a B. Nader is a C. Charles is a B. Okay, now that we know, similarly to last time, we have 6 and 2. Similarly here, yes, 94% went with B. Let's give it to the B voters among the assembly members. 51 votes for B, and we got 3 votes for C. The answer is B. So what are Hammantaschen, and why are they called Hammantaschen? Before we get a chance to eat them, let's know why they look like they look. Maybe because of the 3-cornered hat, maybe. But it's based back to the 15th century in German. There was a pastry called the Hammantaschen. A tasch is a pocket. Man are poppies. So there was a poppy filling in a pocket like dough. And but the Jews at the time thought that man sounded like Haman, right? So they converted a general Hammantaschen German pastry into Hammantaschen. So that's generally the reason that's given why they're called Hammantaschen. So the original filling was poppies as opposed to any other filling. Okay. Now there are other reasons as well why. Actually, in Israel, they're called. They're not called Hammantaschen. Hammantaschen is a German word. So in Hebrew, they're called Aznei Haman, the ears of Haman. I remember as a kid always thinking about Haman having a triangular ear. So that's kind of weird. And then there is one other tradition that Haman recognized the patriarchs of the Jewish people and the patriarchs of the Christian people as well, Muslims too. And that's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, those 3 patriarchs. And as he thought of those 3 patriarchs, his power began to weaken. So we celebrate that by eating Hammantaschen. Okay. Now, let's go for our contestants. our assembly members, let's go to our first Hammantaschen, and we're going to go to the poppy because that's the most traditional. We're going to start with the traditional, and it says it on the cover. And these Hammantaschen were baked in Columbus, Ohio, and shipped to us because they're very unique. Not this one, but a few of them down the road. Okay, so each one of us has a poppy Hammantaschen. So let's give everybody a chance to, first of all, smell them. Smells good. I'm hungry. Okay, we're going to now eat them. Then I'm going to ask each and every one of you to rate them, And you each have your cards, like from A to E. Okay, here we go. I always like to eat the middle part. Growing up, Poppy's filling was not my favorite filling, but this is very good. Okay, anyway, then you have your cards. Let's first talk about like what they taste like before we start ranking them. So let me start with Rodney's. What do they taste like? Can you taste the poppies?
Yeah, I ate some poppies. Let me taste one more time.
Okay.
It reminds me of the cookies, like the octagon cookies.
Uh-huh.
The little red sticky thing in the middle.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or a little bit of like a fig Newton type thing.
Yes. Yes.
Fig Newton.
Right.
But it's
like
delicious.
That. Right.
It's delicious and it's not too sweet. It's perfect. And not too much calories.
Okay. I'm going to go up to Westchester. Nader, what do you think? You're on mute.
Okay. Again, delicious. And, it has a nice crunch, but at the same time, the taste is subtle. And, the poppies, of course, always have a distinct taste to them. They're like the opposite of raspberries, and it reminds me of the old days going to the old Nathan's famous, and they had a great bakery there, and they're terrific. So this is a great choice.
Okay, thanks, Nader. Taylor, out of Nassau.
This gave me the feeling of licorice on a hot summer day. So yeah, very licorice. I mean, the pastry was very subtle. It was, I think, perfectly balanced. So, but the poppy seed gave me a licorice feel.
Okay, thank you. Charles?
So I actually had to step away to get my charger, so I completely missed which one we're tasting first, and I really apologize. Is it the poppy seed one?
Yeah, the poppy seed ones. I'll come back to you, okay?
I apologize.
Not at all. Okay, let's go to Jennifer. Then to Al, then we'll go back to Charles.
I thought it was delicious, first of all. I don't know if I can quite compare it to anything. It feels like I've never really experienced this taste before.
Okay.
Extremely good.
Okay, excellent. Al?
It kind of reminds me of like the sugar cookies a little bit, but it's thicker. And I'm just saying, I'm just straight up, man. I'm like, I should have sat down with milk instead of water because I had no idea. I'm just saying, it's good. I can work these, man. I can go straight through. Keep them coming. I've been on Zoom all day. This is the prelude before I have a dinner. So if I start doing one of these numbers, it's all good.
Okay, well, okay, we'll end up with Charles, who's chewing. Sorry, just unmute yourselves. Yeah. As he's unmuting, I got a text from Cheryl Fishbein, our JCRC president, She can't stand the poppy one. So
like
she and I are on the same page. But this happens to be very good. Okay, Charles.
I like it. Hey.
Okay, so yeah, let's put up our cards, everybody. And what do we want to give it from an A to an E? We got A's all around. Anybody want to give it a B? Oh, got a C. I think that's a C from Al, right?
Yes.
Okay, A from Jennifer. Nader's got a B. Okay, we're going to do, before we hit the second Hammantaschen, we have two more questions again to our audience. We're turning to you first. I'm going to post the question, and here it is. How many assembly members on this Zoom have traveled with some guy by the name of Michael Miller to Israel? How many assembly? We have 8 assembly members here. How many of them traveled on a trip to Israel with Michael Miller? A, 7, B, 6, C, 5, D, 4. Okay, we'll give the audience another couple of seconds. This is really simple. And the audience probably can't figure this one out, but maybe the assembly members can. Okay, hold on, Jennifer. Hold on. Okay, now let's see what you got. An upside down C from Jennifer. C, 4, C. Everybody's on a C so far. C. And Taylor Darling has a B. Let's take a look at the, and Al had a D. Wow. So those who voted C, which is most of you, agreed with the audience. But I know the answer. The answer is B. Taylor.
Okay.
The answer is B. The only 2 people so far that haven't traveled with JCRC to Israel are Jennifer and Nader, and hope that when we do have a chance to fly again, we'll be able to take you along. And I know that your compatriots here will be very jealous. Can we go again? Can we go again?
Yeah, can we go again?
Second question. Which word has the most acceptable English spelling? Which word? Hammantaschen, Hanukkah, challah, or hummus? Which word has the most acceptable English spelling? Hammantaschen, Hanukkah, challah, and hummus. Okay. I think we can go to the audience. It's not going to take a long time for them to figure this out. Easy answer, guys. Easy answer. Okay. Dory, let's see that the vote was. Oh, no, our assembly members. I apologize. Lots of D's. Everybody's a D and a B. Okay, let's see how the audience did. They agreed. Look at that. They agreed both with D and with B as the 2 leads. The loser is Hammantaschen, and the answer is all of them. There is. It's English. So any one of these is. So you're all right. You're all. That's trick question. Okay, want to get everybody in a good mood because we're going to go to our second Hammantaschen, and that's again traditional. Who was it? Somebody talked about going from poppy to, was it Nader, to raspberry, right? Okay, so let's go to raspberry. Just have to smell the raspberries. And ready to roll? Anybody want to make a comment before we eat it? Smell?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Raspberry.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. while we're chewing. And Cheryl Fishbein says, yummy. Okay. Let's see. That's Kim, it looks like you finished. And everybody can unmute yourselves if you want to. Yeah, Kim?
I like the poppy seed better. This was okay.
It's okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Let's see. Nader, do you wanna do it?
This is similar to the poppy as far as texture, you know, but it's almost as if you're having caviar, either red caviar or black caviar. You know, it has that same crunch, the same texture, a little sweeter, but the texture, you know, again, you know, I found delicious, you know, so for me, it's a 4 or 5 range also.
Okay, Jennifer?
I think I might actually like this one better than the other because it brought back all these memories of morning toast with jam on it, raspberry jam.
Oh,
So
very good.
Tapped into that. So this was a good
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Al, you're eager
Jennifer
to
nailed it. Oh, she nailed it. This is like a Monday morning Pop-Tart.
Oh, we got a comment
it's
from
moist. Oh,
one of our
keep them coming.
our audience members. Janice Cohn says raspberry and apricot are my favorites, but lemon is up there. Okay, well, we have raspberry. Okay, who else wants to go? Rodney's, you're unmuted. It's easy.
Yep. I have to agree with Jennifer and Al. It feels so natural, like real raspberry, very sweet.
Yeah.
And it brings me memories. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Victor?
I'm not as sophisticated as Nader, so I don't have that diverse palate as he does in terms of caviar. But I'm with Kim on this. I do like the poppy seed better. The raspberry is a little sweeter, but I think the texture of the Hammantaschen itself, it's very good. It's dense but light, and it's a sort of overall really, really delicious pastry. I enjoyed tremendously, but if I were to pick, so far right now, it's the poppy seed for me.
Okay, Charles?
It makes my heart smile, so I like this just as equal.
Okay, great. Taylor?
It was delightful. Very clean, very sweet. I liked it a lot better than the licorice feel of the poppy seed.
Okay, all righty. Let's see how you want to rate this. Again, A to E. A from Al, B, C from Victor, A. We got a D from Kim, not her favorite, and Charles, you're an A. Okay. Okay, Monique Daoud said, enjoy all your Hammantaschen. I made my own today, filled it. Whoops, I lost the message. Give me a second. Filled it with homemade orange jam and homemade quince jam. Whoa. Okay. Okay, now we're ready for the next question. Yeah, please make sure you clean your palate. Questions number 5 and 6. All right, here we go. How many times does the book of Esther mention God's name? A, 53, B, 2, C, 0, D, the lawyers are still working it out. Okay, again, A, 53, B, 2, C, 0, and D, it's being lawyered up.
I'm waiting till Taylor goes. Al Taylor, you go first.
Okay, let's give our assembly members an opportunity to respond so we see what they say. Again, 5320 or the lawyering up. Jennifer, you got your C's upside down. C, A, Taylor. You got to vote.
And she.
A, okay. C, D, C, C, C. Okay, let's see how the audience responded. B, 70%. And that's the answer. And that's one of the reasons why we celebrate Purim as we celebrate Purim, because God is not mentioned. And we'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How did Haman die? There he is. How did Haman die in the book of Esther? A, he ate too many Hammantaschen. B, he was hung on a tree. C, spontaneously combusted. D, of shame. How did Haman die in the book of Esther? Ate too many Hammantaschen, hung on a tree, spontaneously combusted, or he died of shame? Okay, let's turn to our contestants right here, our assembly members. And I'm going to start from the bottom up on my screen. Charles, what did you got? B? Okay, B, 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 B. B all across. Let's see how our audience answered. 88% went with B and 5% went with D, and B is the correct number. Let's give ourselves an applause. The assembly members knocked it out of the park. Okay, now we got that one out of the way. We get to some really interesting Hammantaschen. The first of the interesting non-traditional Hammantaschen, and we're doing it gradually, is chocolate. So please, oh, wow. I'm a chocoholic, so this is very, very tempting. And I got a big chocolate thing right in the middle so our audience can see. Chocolate Hammantaschen. Okay, take a good whiff of it. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've had our chocolate Hammantaschen. Let me see somebody who's not
Dr.
chewing.
Miller, that's what I was waiting for.
So yummy.
That's what I was waiting
Okay, we'll go for Taylor first.
for. that was it. That's what I was waiting for. And you like someone said, you can't go wrong with chocolate. Chocolate wins every time. Happy
Okay.
Black History Month.
Victor, what do you say?
It's really good. It's beating out poppy seed for me right now. It's really good. It's really good.
Okay, Rodney's?
I like it. I mean, it's a familiar taste,
Yep.
but I think I enjoyed the raspberry better.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Al is still chewing. So Nader?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Al, go ahead.
I'm raspberry. I'm here, but I'm not that chocolate dude. I'm raspberry.
You're
Can I
raspberry
get a
dude.
can I get a do-over?
Nader?
Well, being that chocolate is so common and we have chocolate all the time, it wasn't the same experience as having the poppy and the raspberry. So for me, yes, I enjoy it, but it wasn't a special taste as I had with poppy and raspberry so far.
Okay, thank you. Jennifer?
I rely on chocolate to get by. So chocolate, I love chocolate. So this was
Okay, I'm on the same boat. Kim?
How was the chocolate? Chocolate is my favorite now. I would
Okay.
want it with a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Al wanted the milk, coffee, tea, something. All right, Charles, you're last.
Definitely prefer the previous two. This one made my mouth dry. Not a big fan of it, but have to agree with my colleague Nader on this one.
Okay, great. So let's see how you would rate this. We got an A, Taylor. I'm sure that Jennifer is going to give it an A. Victor has gave it a B, got a C. Rodney is a D from Charles, not his favorite. C, and Kim? An A. Okay. I think we're an A. Did I get Al? Did I get your? A C. Yeah, not his favorite. Okay. We're going to do 2 more questions. Then we're going to get to some more interesting Hammantaschen. Okay. Let's put the next questions up, Dory. How many times is the Book of Esther read on Purim each year? How many times is the Book of Esther read on Purim each year? A, once, B, twice, C, as many times as one eats Hammantaschen, or D, until it goes on a streaming service. Okay. Let's see, Dory, let's see what, how our audience, oh no, I'm sorry. I keep on getting that wrong. Let's see how our assembly members voted. Start with Al. Al gave it, I think it's an A, right? A is once, B is twice. We got a bunch of B's and got 2 A's from Al and Charles, and then Jennifer, Rodney's, Nader, Kim, Taylor, and Victor all gave it a B. Let's see how the audience responded. Look at that. You guys are right on target.
Oh.
B is the answer. B is correct. We read it once at night because our Jewish day begins at night. So next Thursday night, a week from tonight, we're going to be reading the book of the Megillat Esther, the scroll of Esther, and then we read it in the morning as well. So a special treat without having to eat anything is what is the scroll of Esther? This is the scroll of Esther. This is the scroll of Esther, and it's written on parchment, and it's read by someone who actually knows how to read it. For those of you who are not familiar with Hebrew.
Michael, we can't see you because of the virtual background.
Oh, yeah. So how do I do this? I put it back here. No, then you lose me. Okay, anyway. I don't know, how do I see that, Dory? How do I show it?
Maybe at the end, we'll turn off your virtual background.
Okay. Anyway, for those who are not familiar with Hebrew, the Hebrew alphabet is all consonants. There are no vowels. The vowels are added as dots, dashes, and all different kinds of little doodads. So in order to read the scroll, which I think you can see now, you can't see the letters right now, but none of those dots and dashes are there. So whoever reads the scroll has to know what the words are before you begin reading the scroll. And I am very fortunate that I have this beautiful silver, which you can't really see that much. Here you can see it now. Megillah holder that I received as a gift, received from somebody who some on the call might be familiar with. Her name is Devorah Halberstam. It was her son who tragically was murdered by a terrorist on the Brooklyn Bridge. For the image behind where Rodney's is. And I tried to be helpful to her during the course of her ordeal. And she generously gave me this gift. Okay, so let me get to the second question. And before we have our next tasting, why do we dress up on Purim? A, as an allusion to the hidden nature of the miracle of Purim. B, we dress up because it's fun. C, to match whatever cocktail you're drinking. And D, to get past the Persian paparazzi. Okay. Yeah, so that's the question. Why do we dress up on Purim? And the answer, of course, is not Halloween. There are 4 answers here. One of them is correct. And we'll now ask our assembly members as to what they chose. And we have an A from Jennifer, Rodney's, Al, Taylor. I can't see Kim's. A, thank you. Charles, A. And Nader and Victor are a B because it's fun. Okay. We'll see what the audience answered. Same thing, 91% A and B, 9%. And the answer is A. And I mentioned before, and almost all of you got this right, is that God's name is not mentioned in the book of Esther at all. That's also the hidden presence of God during the course of this miraculous time when the Jews were saved. And as Cheryl Fishbein just texted me, it's fun. It's fun to get dressed up. So we have a lot of fun on, my family was urging me today to actually get dressed up for this. And I'm worried about my reputation. So I decided to come like I am. Okay, those are the two questions. And now we get to have the next of our Hammantaschen, and that is going to be the pina colada. Yes, a pina colada. I've had Hammantaschen of the other flavors, but I've never had a pina colada Hammantaschen. And I know that Rodney's is of Caribbean extraction. I don't know if anybody else is. I know that Jennifer her family hails from India. And Nader, your family hails from?
Jordan.
From Jordan.
Yes.
But here we go.
But Kimberly is also Haitian.
That's right, of course. Jean-Pierre. Okay. Let's give it a roll. Okay. We're busy eating. Okay. Who, Al, do you want to go first?
Coconut. It has coconut in it. It's an A. It's a winner. I don't care. If there's coconut, it can be 50 days old. There's coconut in here. This is a winner.
Okay. Thank you. We got Al's coconut pleasures. Let's see. Jennifer, what's up?
This one had some spunk to it. And what I liked about it is you taste it and then you taste it a little bit more after a second.
Oh.
So it was interesting. It was good, but I don't know. I think the traditional ones kind of won my heart.
Okay. Well, we still have one more to go. Rodney's?
It tastes like macaroons. Yeah, tastes like macaroons. It still doesn't beat the raspberry, but it beats the chocolate.
Yep. Okay, Charles?
So the name, like, already gave me a certain type of feeling. They tasted, it's like, oh, sweet baby.
All right. Victor?
So it reminds me how much I miss the beach. It like really transported me to just having a pina colada in my hand. It was very delicious.
Okay. Kim?
Sounds like we all need to be in the beach with the baby crying in the background.
I hear.
My favorite's still the chocolate, but I do enjoy the coconut. I wouldn't mind just the coconut and actually the pastry itself without the. Yeah.
Oh boy, we got two of them. Okay, Nader, and then we'll go to Taylor.
Similar to my feelings about the chocolate. It's very common, a lot of chocolate, a lot of peanut taste. But again, it wasn't the same experience as the raspberry and the poppy.
Okay, thank you. Taylor?
It was very clean. Again, reminded me of summer and the beach. Definitely like chocolate better, but it was good.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so let's rate it. Let's rate it. So we see how it goes. Jennifer, oh, I thought you gave it an A. You gave it a B. Al got an A, got a lot of A's, got a bunch of C's. Okay, we have Taylor, Kim, Nader as C. We have Denise as B, and Jennifer B, Charles an A, and Al, what'd you get?
Oh, I had an A.
You had an A. Okay, that's right. I remember that. Okay, we're gonna get to our next two questions. Everybody ready? This is a factual question. In what modern day country is the city of Shushan, where the Purim story took place, found? Was it found in Israel? Was it in Greece? Was it in Iran? Or was it in Egypt? Where was the city of Shushan in the book of Esther located? Israel, Greece, Iran, or Egypt? Okay, let's take a look at the answers that the assembly members give. Start down at the bottom with Charles. What you got? Can't see, pull it closer. C. C was Iran. C. And Al says A. Okay, let's see what how the audience responded. They were all across the board, but the answer is C. The answer is C. It is in today's modern day Iran, the city of Shushan. Okay, the next question is something that likely the assembly members might know, not too many other people would know. Where is the most likely place in all of Albany to find Hammantaschen? Price Chopper in Colony, Simcha Eichenstein's office, the New York State Archives, or the USS Slater? Where is the most likely place?
I'm gonna go with A.
Okay. They're voting now. All right. Now our crew, we have B's across the board. I didn't see Charles's answer. If I can, B. So B's all across the board except for Al. Now let's see how the audience responded. Interestingly, it still was B, Simcha Eichenstein. So Simcha Eichenstein, for those who don't know, is a member of the New York State Assembly who is of Hasidic origin, and no doubt that he would have Hammantaschen in his office. But Price Chopper in Colony has a very, very robust kosher section, and that is what I am told. You can find kosher food there all year round. So Al Taylor might be right, but not to say that all the B's are wrong. Not to say that all the B's are wrong. That's not a factual question, but anyway.
Simcha's gonna hide his anyway. If they're in his office, they're hiding. Yeah, he's hiding them.
My organizational president, Cheryl Fishbein, has a home up in Chatham, not that far from Albany, and she goes to Price Chopper all the time. So we know where that is. Okay, we're ready now for the ultimate Hammantaschen. And that is the last one that we have. And it is, I never tasted this one either. It's a mojito. It's a mojito. So I'm first gonna smell this. And off we go.
Don't mind me. I'm sharing some with my wife. They're delicious.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's get your verbal reactions first. Anybody want to volunteer? Who's doing the oh yeah? Was that Al?
Oh.
Or was that Victor? Victor,
We'll let
what's
the
up?
Reverend go first. Reverend, after you,
Yeah.
sir.
Yo, these are banging, man. It's like fireworks in your mouth.
Oh my God.
I didn't. I thought mojitos came in a cup, man. I ain't know.
No,
Excellent.
that was quite strong. It came at you. It was something else. It was good, but it packed a punch.
That was a delayed effect. I ate it and I was like, I don't feel a thing until 30 seconds.
Kim, what are your thoughts? Not so. Right. Let's see. Charles?
Michael Cusick, Alan Vitaliano, Mendy Moroznik,
Speechless.
Charles DiStefano.
I don't know what you're listening to, but at least we're giving you good food. Rodney's?
It was definitely different.
Yes.
I felt that the sugar cubes would stick in my teeth.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Okay.
It's like almost like not to compare it to Girl Scout mint cookies, but it had that mint.
It has a minty
It reminded
taste
me
to
of
it.
the Girl Scout mint cookies.
Right. Al?
What? Oh.
Your reaction.
Al gave it an A.
We gave it an A already. Right.
I was the first one.
It has real
I was the
alcohol
first
in
one
it.
to go.
Right.
I'm like, look,
Yeah.
there's
Jennifer?
no more in the box, man. What's up? No.
Jennifer?
This one, it felt like a mojito. It really, I feel like I just had a mojito, you know, so fun to end on.
Okay, and Nader?
A little too sweet for me, and maybe a little bit commonality. Again, looking for uniqueness and a different taste. It didn't hit the spot for me.
Okay. Did I miss anybody? Taylor, did you respond to this? Taylor, did I call on you before? I just had a mojito. I can't remember.
I had the delayed response. Yes. It hit 30 seconds after the bite.
Okay. All right, guys. So let's vote on the mojito. We got B's, an A from Al we saw. An A from Charles and Al again. B, yeah, Nader is not a fan. Gave it a C. And we got, Kim gave it an E. All right, we saved the E for last. Okay, actually, we're going to, the next question is going to have 5 answers to it. Okay, here we go. Question 11, in which borough would Esther feel most at home? In the Bronx, in Brooklyn, in Manhattan, in Queens, or in Staten Island? Again, our audience, please. Which borough would Esther feel most at home? Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, or Staten Island?
What about Westchester?
That is true. That is true. We could add F and G, Westchester, we could add Nassau, and we could add Suffolk. We're discriminating. I apologize.
Oh, we could add Israel, but it ain't there.
Okay, I gotta see your answers. We have Brooklyn. We have the Bronx, of course. We've got Westchester. Kim, what do you have? B, you're in Brooklyn. And Charles, I can't see.
It's blank, Charles.
Ah, there you go. E is Staten Island. A lot of people who are wedded to their boroughs, including Jennifer. Okay, Queens. Let's take a look. The answer, the majority, Queens. Why? Why?
Because she's a queen.
Queen Esther. Queen Esther. It was a trick question. Okay. The next question.
But her roots are in Brooklyn.
Her roots are in Brooklyn. She feels more comfortable in Brooklyn. Okay. Our last question is a factual question. I never knew this was the case, but it is, no joke, it is a factual question. You ready? Where's the question? Dory, let's put it up. In which New York county is the hamlet of Shushan found? In Wyoming County, Ulster County, Shushan County, or Washington County? There is a hamlet in New York State by the name of Shushan. In which county, it's in none of your counties, in which county upstate is it located? Not a trick question, it's a real question. Okay, let's pull it down. If I can see the answers. Okay, I'm gonna start at the bottom of my screen with Charles, and we'll work our way up to Jennifer. Charles, what do you have? It's a C, Shushan County. D for Kim, which is Washington County. Nader is a C, Shushan County. Ayler, Shushan County. Rodney's is a B, Ulster County. Taylor's a B, Ulster County. Victor's Ulster County. And Jennifer Rajkumar has D.
I'm sorry, I meant to be Washington County, sorry.
You're a D, Washington County? Okay, we have 2 Washington counties, and we have a bunch of Ulsters and a bunch of, nobody's in Wyoming County. Okay, let's take a look at how our Ulster County, a lot of votes for Ulster County. We have a few votes, 2 for Wyoming County. We have 6 for Shushan County. There is no Shushan County in New York State. The answer is Jennifer and Rodney's got it on the button. In Washington County, there is a Shushan hamlet. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for participating with us. I do want to do one more thing, which I didn't discuss with Dory or Jennifer, and that is we had how many? I'm looking at what I got back on my plate. How many Hammantaschen did we eat? 5 Hammantaschen, right? We had poppy, raspberry, chocolate. We had pina colada and mojito. We had 5. So that's A, B, C, D, and E. I love to see, give it a little thought, which one of the Hammantaschen did you like the best? Again, A, the first one was poppy. B, the second one was raspberry. C, the third one was chocolate. D, the fourth one was pina colada. And E, the fifth one was mojito. Okay, let's see the answers. We'll start. How many A's do we have? I see 1 from Victor, a B, C. Charles, you got to put up something, please.
Everything except chocolate. Everything except chocolate.
Okay, so Jennifer gave it a B. She liked the raspberry, as did Nader, as did Rodney's, and Taylor liked the chocolate, as did Victor, if I remember correctly. Al liked the pina colada, and Charles liked them all, the exception of the chocolate one. And I can't thank you all enough. Jennifer, Victor, Taylor, Rodney's, Nader, Al, Kim, and Charles for participating with us. You guys are incredible. We should all give each other a round of applause.
Dr. Miller, thank you for having us. Thank you, JCRC.
Happy Purim.
I want to thank.
Happy Purim.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I want to thank our sponsor.
Thank you.
We should all thank our sponsor, Metropolitan Commercial Bank, and their CEO, Mark DeFazio. Thank you. Hooray. And thank you, Mindy Perlmutter, our JCRC Long Island Executive Director, for securing Metropolitan Commercial Bank as our sponsor. Our thanks to our Hammantaschen baker, Ali Babka. Allison Gutwax is her real name, from Columbus, Ohio. The reason we went there is because Dory Zofan our staff member is originally his family's from Columbus, Ohio, so he knew of Ali Babka. We need to get some kosher bakeries in New York to go with all of these different flavors as opposed to the standard flavors. And then we go to our partners, thanking them, Westchester Jewish Council, their exec, Elliot Forsheimer, my colleague, and JCRC Long Island, as I mentioned, our wonderful colleague, Mindy Perlmutter. Our staff who made this all happen. I'm going to start with Dory Zofan, who doesn't even put his own name on this list. Rebecca Grossman, Jen Glick, Noam Gilboard, Marcy Fishman, and Jeff Newelt. Our thanks to our amazing audience who stick through this the entire time, but most importantly, to the members of the New York State Assembly. There's a good thing about President's Week is that you're home and you're in the districts, and we're able to corral all of you and to represent New York and the 8 counties that are in our catchment area. So incredibly, and you guys are wonderful. We're glad that we're able to give you a little bit of a treat on a Thursday night. I think everybody's gonna have to go on the treadmill afterwards to work it off. But this has been a heck of a lot of fun. I wish all, both our assembly members and our viewers, a happy Purim. Our thanks again to JCRC and Cheryl Fishbein, our president, as the central sponsor of this event. We look forward to seeing you again, looking for another contest, some other happy thing to do, take our mind off of the things that we do on a daily basis. Shalom to all. Thank you so much. And
Shalom, Rabbi Mike Miller. Shalom.
Shalom, everybody.
So
Hello, Rabbi.
Bye, everybody.
One
Thank
other
you.
thing before you go.
Yep.
Before you go, whoop, where are my backgrounds? How do I get rid of this background? I lost.
You go to where it says stop video, you go to that little arrow.
Yeah, I know.
And choose virtual.
My backgrounds, that's what they were supposed to be, but it's not there. Okay, anyway, I'll keep the background the way that it is. I'll figure it out afterwards. I have to see where the blank background, the none is. That disappeared.
You can scroll up.
Oh, here it is. There we go. Whoop. Even that doesn't work. Okay, anyway. Why doesn't that work? Okay, what can I do? I wanted to show you the scroll, but anyway, we can see it like this. Take care, everybody. Happy Purim. Thank you so much.
Happy Purim.
Bye.